So we recently got a leak for the Marvel NRS Fighting Game that I covered in a recent news mashup. Link down below. Make sure you check that video out. And of course, it lists all the, the anonymous leaker who goes through all the roster of who they think will be in the upcoming game. Well, the gods have blessed us again over the weekend, and we got one for Injustice 3. And yeah, I'm gonna go over that with you, along with a plot that I think could actually be a really good plot for the game. So let's go through the roster for Injustice 3. And let's also go over the plot and make sure you let me know your thoughts down below. So this leak does come from 4chan. I'll try to link it in the description down below if the link's still available. But I did take some screenshots. It does come from Saturday night, is what it kind of looks like, because it says it's from a day ago. So when I looked at it last night, which would mean it'd have to be late Saturday night. So it's going to give returning characters, new additions. It has some other third-party characters that we'll go through that some are kind of suspicious, but nonetheless, let's go through and let's start from the beginning. So, returning characters, of course, like I said, this is from Anonymous. I really wish these people would give them, their usernames or give themselves credit, because what if they were right? What if they guessed the roster and then, or if this really was the real leak for Injustice 3 and then it was right? I mean, I don't know. You don't have to put like your full name, but give us more than Anonymous. Anyways, so for returning characters, we of course have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, Green Arrow, Joker, Harley Quinn, and Black Canary. As far as new additions, we have Batgirl, Zatanna, Bumblebee, Constantine, Plastic Man, Steppenwolf, Agent Orange / Larfleeze? I don't know what that is. Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and Dr. Poison. Interesting list as far as the new additions. I mean, some of these I can actually believe, like Batgirl, Zatanna, Constantine, Plastic Man. I feel like if you do Steppenwolf, you have to have, you have to go there and go with like, you know what I mean? You have to kind of go there. And I don't think as much as I loved the Snyder Cut and the Justice League movie and all that kind of stuff, and even though I love that he is always the main villain, I don't think he needs to be an Injustice. And so, yeah, I don't think we need to put Steppenwolf in there and open up the mother box of all that stuff. So I wouldn't put him in there. Agent Orange. I'll have to look that up when I do my edit. Agent Orange. I don't know who that is. And Larfleeze. Sometimes the DC characters, if they're not very common, sometimes if I see a picture, I'm like, oh, that guy. So I'm hoping that'll happen. Maybe I'll see him and be like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. Captain Boomerang, that would be interesting. I mean, the next one's King Shark, and both of them are in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie, so, maybe fans will like them, and it would make sense. Also, they're going to be in the upcoming video game, I believe, too, so, we have Harley Quinn in there. Why not have some Suicide Squad action going on, which I think kind of had a little bit of that already in the comics, at least, and maybe not the video game, but I know in the comics they did, so it'd be kind of cool to have that. I could see in this, Injustice 3 game. That'd be kind of cool. And then Dr. Poison. I believe that Dr. Poison is the Wonder Woman villain. And, I don't know. Because, I feel like if you have Dr. Poison on there, you need to have Lex Luthor and kind of like the Legion of Doom kind of thing going on. Just leave her out of that. I don't think she'll be in it. So, those are the returning characters for Injustice 3 and the new additions. Now, what I found interesting is this leak does not include, which when I first glanced, I didn't see it. Where's Kara? Where's Kara? However you say her name, Kara. Where's Supergirl? Where is she? She's not even in there. So, anytime you do these leaks, they're always fun to talk about, but take them with a grain of salt. So, these are the third-party characters, and when I read these, I was like, well, probably it's definitely not going to be the list. But, nonetheless, we have MK representation, because of course they think it's another Realm Studios game, so it's going to have Mortal Kombat in there. And we have Liu Kang and Reptile, and yeah, that's probably a no. Liu Kang I could probably see if we wanted to do that, like a special DLC, but Reptile? I mean, we didn't even get him in Mortal Kombat 11, so why would we get him in... Why would we get him in Injustice 3? That's kind of like another slap in the face from Ed Boon and company. Now, that's not to say that, it couldn't actually happen, but I don't think so. All right, so some additional third-party characters listed on here was Neo from The Matrix. Let's see, The Max. I'm not familiar with who that is. Scott Pilgrim, which I've gotten a lot of flack for on the channel because when I did my Johnny Cage video about who should play Johnny Cage, I said that Chris Evans should not be Johnny Cage, or yeah, I said he should not be Johnny Cage. I picked Ryan Reynolds, and a lot of people gave me a little flack because it's like, have you seen Scott Pilgrim? And I was like, I have not seen Scott Pilgrim. I know of the movie, and I know a lot of like memes and gifs and catchphrases, but I've never actually seen the movie. I need to sit down and watch Scott Pilgrim. I know. I need to watch it. So I don't think Scott Pilgrim will be in there. And then Cerebus the Aardvark. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the only person on that list that I could see could possibly be in there is Neo. But when it comes to third-party characters, sometimes I feel like a couple things. I don't think it's like Mortal Kombat where they have like these third-party characters like they have in the past, like the horror movie ones, like Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, having a Xenomorph, having the Predator, stuff like that, RoboCop, Terminator. A lot of those, I think they're just for fun, obviously. I think sometimes third-party characters, you need to see that they have some type of way of adding to the story or being formidable foes to the characters, obviously, because you're going to, I don't know that they really fall within the actual storyline per se. This isn't like the Chronica thing where they all can just beat her and have their own storyline. But as far as going up against other players in the roster, you know, Neo would be like an interesting one. It's already in WB. Maybe some, you know, pulling a page from Space Jam, you know, having like Neo in there, maybe some people from Mad Max, if that's maybe the Max we're talking about, I'm not sure. You know, there could be some other characters in there, but I don't think any of those will be in there, sad to say. All right, so that's the roster, the leaked roster for Injustice 3. Now let's talk about a plot that was actually a comment on the same thread later on down the line, a couple hours later, and it's pretty long, but it was really interesting, and you know, I was like, another person just giving anonymous and not actually, you know, telling us what it's about or anything like that. So this is the leaked plot or suggested plot for Injustice 3. In the aftermath of Brainiac's invasion, Supergirl has become the new foremost hero of their Earth and a symbol of hope to redeem what Clark destroyed. Batman has reformed the Justice League but is facing pressure to stand trial for his complicity and the seedy means used to restore order to Earth. Batman receives a message from Earth 2, the Earth that saved Injustice Earth in the first game. Batman has reached out to him for aid because they're under attack. When asked by whom, Batman reveals it's Injustice Superman leading the attack. Flashback to Earth 3, home of the crime syndicate. The syndicate has total grip on the Earth's crime, but things go wrong when Ultraman accidentally destroys Metropolis and kills his only friend, Jimmy. Crushed by the weight of his crime, Ultraman turns good and seeks to change the world for the better. But with our world Justice Society long dead, he uses alien technology to seek help from other universes, his Superman counterparts. Unfortunately, the one he plucks into this world is Injustice Superman, who manipulates him into supplying him with the Earth 3 kryptonite, which restores and supercharges his powers. After imprisoning Ultraman, Superman steals his tech, brings the crime syndicate to heel, and opens a portal bridge between Earth 3 and Earth 2. The Earth 1 heroes of Injustice 2, now joined by a reformed Cyborg, Starfire, and in training Batgirl, Cassandra Cain, must team up with the heroes of Earth 2 to battle inverted, evil versions of themselves from Earth 3, along with Injustice Superman's few surviving supporters, Black Adam, Diana, and Damian Wayne, though Damian begins to feel regret after coming to face with Earth 2's Dick Grayson. As the universes collide and the three worlds tear each other apart, none of them are aware that another world has cast its eye upon their Earths with a mind to take advantage of their weakened states, a fourth world. So this plot seems really cool, and it kind of builds upon this new thing that DC's been doing in the comics, and of course in the upcoming Flash movie with this multiverse. You know, everything's about the multiverse now. I know the Flash TV series has done it a couple times, you know, back and forth with Jay Garrick and the Flash we see on the TV show. So they've already had this kind of concept of multiverse. It's always been there. And so to kind of continue building upon that in the Injustice franchise, I think is very plausible. And what I like about this plot is, while we do get some additional characters that were not, of course, mentioned in that roster leak, we do get some very interesting points of there's always somebody watching, a villain's always watching to take advantage of weakness. Now, do I think this is going to be Darkseid? Probably not. I still don't know why you'd want to put Darkseid in every single storyline. You don't have to do that. There's other villains out there that could, do that. But one interesting thing I thought about from this plot that it could be, what if it was like the Dark Multiverse? Wouldn't that be crazy? What if it was like the Batman Who Laughs? That would be freaking awesome. We've already seen him Well, we've seen the costume skin of him for Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat 11, but what if it was that? What if it was the Dark Multiverse and you can introduce Lobo and all these other characters in there that I think we got like in a DLC, but possibly, it's hard for me, it's been a while. But I think seen them in the video games in some capacity. But that would be freaking awesome. What if that was it? This fourth world was the Dark Multiverse and they were waiting because that's been the most recent comic that's come out. So it's fresh on people's minds. It hasn't really been adapted to video games, even animation yet. So I think that's plausible. And that's what I'm hoping. So I know this, again, these are all leaks. They're, take them with a grain of salt, but they do sound interesting to me. I do like the multiverse aspect of the plot. I do like things of the roster that was leaked. But definitely know your thoughts down below. What do you think? What characters would you like to see in Injustice 3? I do plan on doing an Injustice 3 character wish list eventually. Possibly as we get closer to the release of the animated movie. If not sooner, if there's other Injustice 3 news coming out. I've had a couple viewers ask me to make the video for that. So I hear y'all and I'm going to make it. But let me know your thoughts down below about what characters you want to see and what do you think of the plot and what would you have for an Injustice 3 plotline. Love to hear it down below. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. Or is it this one? Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.